Hey everybody, what's going on? The Montreal Canadiens have a small chunk of their regular season done, and we have plenty to dive into in this video. Before we get started with this video, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's as easy as clicking in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. Now, through 7 games, the Montreal Canadiens sit with a record of 2-4-1, and that's simply not good enough for where they want to be in this stage of the rebuild. There's been little to no pushback from this team. They're playing soft, as you can see in the picture for this video. It's just not a team right now that's playing cohesive. It's not one that's playing fast. It's not one that's playing with any jam. There's just really nothing to get super excited about with this team at the moment. You could see the little flashes with Lane Hudson, but he's also got plenty of things to work on defensively. We've seen him get caved in a little of late with those flashes of talent as well on the other side of the ice. But there's just no real pushback with this group now. They're really soft to play against. They don't win puck battles in the corner. They don't transition well. They don't play physical. There's just really not a lot right now in the positive category for this group, and that's a big concern because you really wanted to take steps this season. You really wanted to show progress in the rebuild. You're going to have other players coming along soon that are going to help be difference makers for this team, but that doesn't mean that this core can stay stagnant with the one that you're icing for the 2024-25 season. The Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki pairing on that top line, they've been okay at times. Nick Suzuki is coming off calling himself out, and he put up 2 goals against the New York Rangers. Although it's just how they started that game that's a concern to me. They came out the gate flying, and then they let a few bumps and bruises along the way, kind of getting their heads a little bit. And then before you know it, it's 4-0 Rangers, and the game's basically already over, even if they did show a little bit and cut the lead to 4-2. After that, they couldn't get the save that they needed to really keep that game close, and that's been an issue for this team as a whole. Defensive zone coverage, playing in transition, moving the puck, just boxing people out in the littlest things in that home plate area near the goaltender's net. It's just a lot of things right now that are piling up, and they're making the results look a lot more uglier than they should be at this stage in the season. You wanted to see this team take a big stride forward this season, and that just hasn't come to fruition early on. There are still some things that you like to see, like Oliver Kapanen playing on that second line. He's shown some flashes of playing some really good hockey. Alex Newhook, despite the points not really coming, he's playing well and is moving the puck and using his speed to gain the zone. I think there are little things here and there, but you expected a lot more with how much higher expectations were this season heading into the year. Now, I'm not saying that the Montreal Canadiens should have expected to compete for the playoffs. I don't really think that was realistic with where they are at this stage, but you really wanted to see the Cole Caulfields and the Nick Suzuki's, the Uri Slafkovsky, who's out injured right now. You wanted to see them take a little bit of a step forward and show that they can compete in this NHL as a top duo, and we just haven't really seen that so far. So that's a little bit concerning from my end of the spectrum. I think that it's still very early. It's a very small sample size. It'll be really interesting to see how they come out against the St. Louis Blues on Saturday night. If there's some pushback, if there's a response game from this team, there really just needs to, we really just want to see that effort level and that compete. And that's something that's really a non-negotiable. Martin St. Louis has preached that, and we just haven't really seen it early on. So I think that they have to get their act together. They have to start really playing like a team. They have to start winning those puck battles. And I think you're going to be a lot more receptive of the effort they're giving if they're doing those things. I think at the end of the day, this is a team that's likely going to end up with another top 10 draft pick, and that can really help elevate this group when the time to come to potentially compete for a Stanley Cup, whether that's in 3, 4, 5 years down the line. But I think as of right now, they need to focus on just winning those battles, playing as a team, and just starting to show that they're not going to let teams cave them in on any given night. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on the Montreal Canadiens through 7 games and what changes you would make to the lines or roster at this current time. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.